Hey everybody. Now this was originally a 1.5 hour video. This is for viewers' questions. It was going to be part 1, but because of the length of the video, I'm having trouble uploading it, so I'm dividing it out into parts. So I'll probably do 20, 25 minute, maybe 30-minute videos of each of the sessions, and this introduction will be in front of each one. And here's part 2. Hey everybody. All right, so this is a continuation of the viewers' questions. All right, the first one I'm going to tackle is from Metal Tiger. Does the palace still think that there is a mole leaking information among them? Will the palace discover who it is and remove them? All right, so this I'm going to go ahead and tackle this one. Okay. I don't know if you saw my power flick there. We've got some storms coming. All right, I'm going to use the Tarot of the Golden Wheel by Myla Losenko. I'm not sure how to say that, but it's really a beautiful deck. Tarot of the Golden Wheel. Let's see what this tarot deck wants to tell us about. And maybe a mole. My goodness. All right, so let's tackle this. Does the palace still think there's a mole leaking information among them? All right, 7-card reading. Upright, positive, reversals, negative. Does the tarot still think that there's a mole leaking information among them? Oops. 4 swords in reverse. Oh, wow. That's about getting up off your sick bed, either succumbing, it can be a death card, or just either recovering from being sick. I wonder how that has something to do with this. Maybe they're worried about leaking information about King Charles's illness. Okay, so does the palace still think there's a mole leaking information among them? So that's going to be, does the palace think that there is a mole? And we're going to add a question in here. Is there actually a mole leaking information embedded in the palace? Is there a mole leaking information and they're embedded in the palace? Okay, that's 2 questions. Ooh, is that the queen? The empress, the mother. Okay, so top row is going to be, does the palace think that there's a mole? And the next question is there a mole? Okay, so upright positive versus negative. Let's see what we get here. This will be interesting. Let's see what we get here. Top row. Does the palace think there's a mole leaking information about them? 9 of Swords. There's the attack with words. And is there a mole? Whoops. Okay, these cards are ready. Oh my goodness. Okay, what was this one? Ace of Cups. Ooh. Love, passion. Could be pregnancy. All right, so is there... Okay, so top row and bottom row. Let's see what we get. My cards, okay? All right, here we go. Upright positive, reversals negative. Top row. Does the palace think that there's a mole? And is there a mole among them? Someone who's a spy, leaking information. Unjoined energy. Strength in reverse. Being vulnerable. Page of Swords in reverse. Bad information on the internet. There's the Ace of Cups. Love and passion. Pregnancy. Someone who's in a vulnerable position. Putting bad stories on the internet about love. Okay. I'll put these over here. Let's see what we get. First card. Does the palace think there's a mole? King of Wands. And they're investigating. That's an investigation card. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Bad luck. A turn of the wheel. Queen of Pentacles. Is Catherine. Page of Wheels in reverse. This is the Page of Pentacles in reverse. That's about someone not being trustworthy. Oh, no, that would be the Knight. What am I saying? Page of... selling a story that's not true. Oh, gosh. 2 of Wands in... Or 2 of... I'm having trouble today. 2 of Pentacles in reverse. That's the 2 of Wheels. So, this is about losing control of priorities, or you have not addressed them so much that now they have disappeared. The Hierophant, well, there's the crown. The Emperor, there's the King. Oh, How many do we have upright? 1, 2, 3, 4 upright. Yeah, they do. They do. They're investigating it. Their stuff that goes out there. It's so bad for them. Catherine's very concerned. Page of Pentacles in reverse. There's putting out stories that aren't true. Not only is there a mole, there's a mole who's putting out stories that aren't true. Or they think. Anyway, they're thinking a lot of these stories that go out there are coming directly from a mole in the palace. Two of Pentacles, 2 priorities that they had 2 people under investigation. And the crown's worried and the king's worried. So, wow. We have Catherine, the king, and the crown itself. Okay, they do believe there is a mole. Is there a mole? 5 of Cups. That's regret for the past. Can't get over the past. Bitter regret and disappointment. 2 of Wands. Plans. Making plans. 4 of Swords in reverse. This is a death. They want information on the king's illness. They want to know. I'm sorry to put it like this. They want to know when he's going to die. Isn't that awful? Page of Wands. Good news. 10 of Cups, happy family. Page of Wands can also be a fire sign child as well. 6 of Cups, the past, children, siblings. Ace of Swords, truth. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Absolutely, there is a mole in the palace. This mole is very, very, very upset about the past. They are bitter regret and disappointment. Can't get over the crying over spilled milk. Cannot get over this investigation. This all goes back to the bullying investigation. Remember that? That's what this goes back to. So upset about that. 2 of Wands. There's a change of plans because things aren't going well. The turn of bad luck. People are really aware that there is a mole in the palace. They're being exposed, and it's turning the luck of the mole. 4 Swords. Oh, they're trying to get information on Catherine. On Catherine's illness, her recovery. I thought this was about the illness and death of the king. It's about Catherine. They're trying to get information on Catherine about her illness. How bad is it? Oh my God. So there's going to be good news that the stories that aren't true, people aren't believing, they're not falling for it. Family's happy because these 2 people that they have identified, they've got a good lead on who these. There are actually 2 moles, 2 people. 6 of Cups is the past. Okay, so the mole is trying to get information about the past. Information about children, about siblings, and it's affecting the crown. It all having to do with the crown. Isn't this an interesting card? There's the Green Man. They're trying to get information about Charles. Absolutely. Actually trying to get information about his siblings as well. And the Ace of Swords, truth. The Emperor wants the truth. The King wants the truth. He's sick of this. Absolutely sick of it. There is absolutely a mole. Absolutely. Without a doubt. And they're trying to get the information on Catherine and the King. And about the siblings too. Like all of the senior royals. And they're trying to get information on Princess Anne. No wonder she's got an energy block around her. Princess Anne, Prince Edward, all the senior royals, they're trying to get information about them and anything to do with their past and about their children. Wow. Okay, that was a great question. Let's see if it was kind of a long question. Let me see if there's any more to it. Oh, no, that was it. Oh, actually it was, will the palace discover who it is and remove them? Okay, so let's do that one now. There are actually 2. There are 2 moles. Okay, so I'm gonna, these cards that came out, we'll just stick them in there so they're kind of not together. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, whoops. So, will the palace find out The Hermit in reverse. They're reporting to Harry. Oh my gosh. Okay, so is the palace going to find out who they are? Will they find out who they are? We're going to say in the next 6 months. Will the palace find out who they are? Who the moles are? And instead of are they going to remove them, I'm going to say who are they reporting to? Well, no, it's not a yes or no question. Okay, so we're just going to say, is the palace going to find out who they are? Are they going to find out who they are? Is the palace going to find out who they are? Five of Wands in reverse. Tired of the competition and fighting. Absolutely tired of it. Because it is causing a lot of issues. Four of Wands. The security of the home. Actually, that's the firm. King of Swords in reverse. They may take legal action. If they find out who they are, they may take legal action. Okay, 7 card reading. Upright positive, reversal's negative. Is the palace going to find out who the moles are? We might do one more reading after this to see maybe who they are or who they're close to. All right, we're going to go with this one. All right, it's my daughter in the background. Okay, 7 card reading. Is the palace going to find out who they are? There's the firm. Temperance, angelic energy, balance. There's 8 of Wands. Fast moving energy. Ooh, the Tower in reverse was the next one. Catastrophe of their own making. Yeah, I have to bring that one out too. Okay, so 4 of Wands. The firm is absolutely investigating, and they're doing it very quietly, like just kind of putting out feelers, thinking like things are balanced, not making any suspicion on themselves. 8 of Wands, fast. They're going to do it very quickly. Very quickly. This is a top priority because they're trying to avoid this catastrophe that might be coming. There's a real sense of urgency because they think that something is out there that may be revealed that they don't want, or something will affect them so badly it will hurt the monarchy. So, all right. First card, King of Swords in reverse. Yeah, there are actual not only investigations on it, there are attorneys on it too. There may already be some action going on in the background, getting ready, putting prosecutions together, that kind of stuff, putting a case together. Oh my gosh, there's Catherine again. And the King of Wands. These are huge investigation cards. Catherine is super worried about this. She's one of the ones who's really pushing this. Ace of Wheels. So the question is, are they going to find out who it is? Are they going to find out who it is? Yeah, they will. We've already got 4 cards. 5 of Wheels. It's someone who's outcast. Someone who's exiled. The Emperor, the King. The Hierophant, the same cards. Wow. Okay, so the King, the Palace, and Catherine, they're going to find out who it is because they are the ones pushing the investigations. They're putting a lot of money into it because it's someone who's outcast. They're probably reporting to people who are outcast. And Crown's very worried about it because there's some catastrophe out there they're trying to prevent. Oh my goodness. Okay, same cards. Yes, they will. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Upright. Absolutely they will. They will absolutely find out who it is. All right, so let's see if we can figure out. Here, I'm going to put these in there so they're not together anymore. All right, so let's see. So if they come up again, they just come up. All right, last question on this is who are they reporting to? We're going to do a 5-card reading. Tarot, can you tell us who they're reporting to? Who's King of Wands? Who are these moles reporting to? Who's the one who put the moles in place? Who are they reporting to? Who are they reporting to? 5-card reading. Can you tell us who these moles are reporting to? Wow. Temperance, 4 of Wands. I put those cards in different places. So this is a very quiet, balanced investigation for the firm. They are absolutely. All right, who are they reporting? Who are these moles reporting to? Who are they reporting to? All right, we'll do, I guess, one more shuffle. Who are the moles reporting to? 5-card reading. Who are the moles reporting to? Okay. See if we can find out. All right. The moon in reverse, exposure of a lie. 7 of Wands, defending off attacks. 5 of Cups. King of Cups. Is that Andrew? Oh my gosh. Moon in reverse, that's the exposure of a lie, exposure of anxiety and fear. Illusion is dispelled. 7 of Wands, fending off attacks, unexpected battle, and you're fending off attacks. 5 of Cups, can't get over the past, bitter resent and disappointment. King of Cups. This could be Prince Andrew, allegedly. Okay, could be Prince Andrew. All right, who are they reporting to? King of Pentacles in reverse. I don't often have Harry show up as King of Pentacles. But I think that is Harry. Next card, the World in reverse. This goes on and on and on. There's no closure. There's no end. Knight of Cups. Knight in shining armor. The Sun. Look at these Arcana cards. Bringing things out into the light. 3 of Wheels. It's 3 people working together. 3 of Pentacles. 3 people working together. Okay, this is why it's hard to narrow down. All right, so I do think that one person is Prince Andrew. They're reporting to Prince Andrew. He's so upset about the past because he's always fending off attacks, and there's an exposure of a lie. Could he be working, I wonder if instead of Harry, is he working with Charles, Earl of, what? I'm having such trouble remembering things right now. Diana's brother, Earl Spencer. Is this Earl Spencer? Oh my goodness. Because there's no closure to something. Something has not been closed. Something has not been finished. There's no successful completion to something. Knight of Cups, they want to be seen as the knight in shining armor, the savior. Because when information comes out, they can say, hey, look, see? This is what's going on. There's 3 people working together. Tarot, can you clarify? Who else? Because right now we have the Knight of Cups and the King of Pentacles. Who's the 3rd person? Nine of Cups. Someone who's drinking a lot. Someone who's overindulging. Who's the 3rd person? 2 of Swords. Can't decide. Hard decision? Tarot, can you tell me who's the 3rd person? Who's the 3rd person? Who's the 3rd person working with these moles? Maybe this is why it's so hard to find out. Who's the 3rd person? Tarot, can you tell me please who's the 3rd person? Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Someone who's... I don't think the tarot wants to tell me. Someone who's really down on their luck. All right. Maybe we already have our answer with the Knight of Cups. This would be a water sign, younger man. This is really complex. So this would be Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces. A man. Who's the Knight of Cups? All right, if you guys have any ideas, drop a comment below on who maybe. These 2 people, these 2 moles are reporting to 3 people. That's why it's so hard to figure out what's going on. It's very complex. Wow. All right. All right. I don't think we're going to get a lot of really direct answers there. Okay. Let's see. Next question. This next question is from Mindy, 1006. What would any of the past monarchs, like King George VII, etc., do concerning Harry? Wow, there's a good question. Let's see. I think for this one we are going to go to the Ancient Whispers Tarot. It wants to read on this tower. Well, they'd send him to the tower. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's think of some past royals. So let's think of let's go back to William the Conqueror, top row, and then we're going to do Henry VIII, and maybe we'll do who's going to be our third one? We're going to have 3 monarchs. William the Conqueror. Let's do Henry VIII. Let's do Queen Victoria. Which would each of these monarchs, how would they handle Prince Harry? If this were back then, how would they handle Prince Harry? And we're going to do William the Conqueror, Henry VIII, and Queen Victoria. I didn't do Queen Elizabeth I because she's the daughter of Henry VIII, so let's just go with Queen Victoria. Oops, how would they handle Prince Harry? The moon. Lie. Anxiety and fear. All right, how... The star, hope and healing and faith. How would they handle Prince Harry if this were their time and Prince Harry were doing this? We're doing the things that he's doing. How would they handle Prince Harry? See if I can get any energy here. Okay. Hermit in reverse. Well, there's Harry. It wouldn't end well for him, that's for sure. All right, sorry for the background noise there. Okay, so how would they handle... Okay, I got the energy now. How would they handle Prince Harry? 3 swords. Heartbreak and betrayal. Wow, we know how betrayal was usually handled. All right, whoa. Okay, these cards are ready. All right, I'm not even going to look at those. Let's go ahead and cut. And we're going to do 7 cards for each one. Okay, so we're going to have a lot of cards on the table here, but this should be fun. This should be interesting. How would they handle Prince Harry? All right, so there is William the Conqueror. And then we're going to have Henry VIII. And Queen Victoria. How would they handle the problem of Prince Harry? Underlying energy. 10 of Swords. Total and complete ruin. 6 of Wands, victory. 5 of Pentacles in reverse, an outcast. Okay, so they would 10 of Swords completely and totally ruin them. They would ruin him. Absolutely. Ruin his reputation, so there's no recovery. 6 of Wands, they would have a victory over him. 5 of Pentacles, he would be banished. Possibly with a chance of getting back in, it just depends. So banishment was definitely there, which happened in those days. You are banished, you may never return. All right, let's see what we get here. William the Conqueror, how would he handle Prince Harry? 3 of Swords, heartbreak and betrayal. He would absolutely announce, you have betrayed me. Page of Cups. You must say Page of Cups can be surprising good news. It can also be about an apology. You must publicly apologize to me, the monarch. 9 of Pentacles in reverse. I will, oh my gosh. This is any like single women in the family, children, like a daughter, or any independent women associated with him would be destroyed. 4 of Wands in reverse. There's a funeral. Oh my gosh. 7 of Swords in reverse. All your lies would be exposed to the world. Queen of Swords in reverse. That's like an off with your head sort of thing. Queen of Swords is super nasty energy. This is just rage. Total rage. Queen of Wands. Wow. What an interesting card. Wow, doesn't that look like Queen Elizabeth? It always does. This deck always portrays this like Queen Elizabeth. It would be up... things would be publicly declared at court, and the queen would be there declaring things at court. So the betrayal would totally be exposed. You have betrayed me and broken my heart. You must publicly apologize to me. Any young women associated with you will be destroyed. Funeral, you'll be killed. Absolutely. Seven of Swords in reverse. All your lies and deceit. Everything will be exposed so everyone can see it. Queen of Swords in reverse. The court people will completely come out and disparage you. And at our court, I think the spouse of William the Conqueror will also declare what has happened. The reputational ruin would be complete, absolutely complete. Ruin your reputation. I have a public victory that I'm declaring over you, and you'll be banished. Banished, killed. Four of Wands in reverse. Wow. Okay. This can also be, this can be, if it's not a funeral, just expelled from the court, removed from the court, because the Four of Wands is the firm, the palace, the people who run the palace. You will be banished from court. Interesting. All right, what about Henry VIII? Seven of Cups, gaslighting. So, he would have a hard time believing it at first. The Hierophant. You'll be, accountable to the crown. The Fool, new beginnings. New ways of dealing with him. He would come up with a very unique way of dealing with Harry. Five of Cups in reverse. He try to get over the past. Wheel of Fortune, that's the turn of luck. Four of Cups in reverse. A punishment that he had previously rejected, he would now reconsider. Three of Cups in reverse. All friends would have to completely denounce Harry. So, Seven of Cups. He would choose a direction that he would think would be the right one. He'd be gaslighting himself about it. I think he would have a hard time believing it. The Hierophant, he would have to answer to the crown. Yeah, he would come up with a very unusual way of dealing with Harry. And he would be able to get over it. But it would indicate to him a loss of good luck. I think he feels like if he had him executed, that would be a stain on the crown. So something that he would previously not consider he would actually do. And the Three of Cups in reverse. This is kind of banishment from friends. No friends of the court could associate with Harry. It's almost like banishment again. I don't see execution, which is really surprising. The only one I see it with really is William the Conqueror. All right, what about Queen Victoria? What would she do? The High Priestess in reverse. She would expose any and all secrets that she knew about Harry. Ooh. Three of Pentacles. Working with two other people. She'd want to get Harry and the people working with him. It's not enough just to get him. She's like, well, I'm getting the people you worked with. Three people working with you? Two other people? Yeah, we're getting them too. The Magician in reverse, putting lots of bad information out about them. PR spin, dirty tricks. Ten of Cups in reverse, banishment from the family. The family unit has to be destroyed. Unhappy home. We're going to make your home really unhappy. Your home will no longer be happy. I'll take your home from you. Actually, this is probably taking titles away, too. Your home no longer exists. Your family no longer exists. She would absolutely strip the titles. The world, public to the world. I'm telling the whole world about this. What you did. The Tower. Yeah, she'd send him to the Tower. Wow, Queen Victoria is the one who would... Ten of Pentacles, banishment from the family. Absolutely. You're out of the family. You're out of the line of succession. You are gone. Queen Victoria is the one who would do what everyone wants to happen. Wow, allegedly. The two men? William the Conqueror is mostly banishment. I mean, more like revenge on the family and like expulsion from court. And Henry VIII, almost a hard time believing it. But he would absolutely, it would be the same thing. Banishment from court. Queen Victoria. Off with your head. You're going to the tower. I'm exposing all the secrets I know about you. I'm getting the people you worked with. We're going to put all the nasty stories about you out there. Strip the titles. Your family no longer exists. Public to the world. You're going to the tower. And you're out of the family. You have no association with this family anymore. Holy cow. That's surprising. Wow. Okay. That was interesting. Okay. All right. Let's go on to the next question here. That was fun. It was interesting. All allegedly, of course, because we don't know what they would do. But it's fun to speculate. That's what the cards are telling me, right? Okay, let's go on. We're going to do a non-royal question now. This is a reading on OceanGate. Why were there so many red flags, but the CEO still insisted on continuing with the dive to the Titanic? All right, let's go with that one. Let's see. Oh, and you know what deck I'm going to use? There's only one deck I could possibly use for this. That's my new deck. Where is it here? Hang on. The Ocean Tarot deck. Wow. What a great deck for this question. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's see what we can find out. All right. For OceanGate. Here, let me clear the energy here. How did this get here? How did my pendulum fall off? This is my amethyst pendulum. This is Christine. She wants to have a part in this. Okay. Wow. Okay, I'm really stunned by that. Okay. All right, so for OceanGate, the sub, wow, I'm really blown away by that. Page of Treasure, which is Page of Pentacles. Selling the story. Which he did, didn't he? All right. Why, with so many red flags, why did he insist on continuing the dive to the Titanic? Why? Why did he insist? 7-card reading. I mean, we can kind of guess, but why did he insist on continuing the dive to the Titanic? And I'm going to do one more question, too. 7 of Pentacles. Trying to get a return on his investment. He had a lot of money in this. All right. Why did he... Wow, this deck is already ready. All right, we're going to go with it. We're going to go with it. Page of Pearls, which is the Page of Cups. Wow. Okay, hang on one second. All right, just want to make sure, yeah, those are Pearls, Page of Cups. Okay, maybe we'll shuffle one more time. All right. Why? Why did he insist on continuing with the dive? All right. That didn't feel right. Let me shuffle again. That cut did not feel right at all. Why did he insist on continuing with the dive? Wow, chaotic energy. Okay. All right, 7-card reading. Let's see what we get here. Why did he insist on continuing with the dive? Even with all the red flags. Ace of Spears. Ace of Swords. Truth. Queen of Pentacles. Well, there's a woman. 7 of Coral, which is 7 of Wands. Under attack. Okay. He really believed that he could do it. He was fending off all these attacks. Ace of Spears. I'm right. I'm right. Everyone else is wrong. I'm right. And the Queen of Pentacles. I wonder, I mean, his wife... oh, I'm sorry. I wanted to say who this was from. Marge Verskill? I'm sorry. I don't know how to pronounce your last name. Verschel. She had also commented, supposedly the wife had connections to the top wealthy families. Bohemian Grove. The wife may have had something to do with it. Queen of Pentacles. I'm going to have to look her up. Let me see what her sign is. Okay, her name is Wendy Rush. Wendy Whale was her maiden name. She's the great-great-granddaughter of Isidore and Ida Strauss, the owners, I believe, of Macy's, who were on the Titanic and died. They were the older couple. He told her to get on the boats, and she said, no, I've lived all these years with you. Where you go, I go. Holy cow, I didn't know that. She's the great-great-granddaughter. I think this is her. I can't find her birth date, but this might be her. Wow, okay, well, here, let's see what the tarot wants to tell us. Queen of Cups in reverse. This is the Queen of Pearls. So, Queen of Cups in reverse is a very cold woman. Cold and emotional. I almost want to say this represents the Titanic ship itself. The Star. Hope, healing, and faith. Five of Pentacles. Being an outcast. Okay, so he felt like an outcast. He felt like he really believed in this project. He felt like nobody believes me. I'm outcast. I'm going to prove that this works. I'm going to prove it. He just really believed in it. Nine of Pentacles in reverse. So this is about a woman, an independent woman who no longer has her wealth. She's not successful. There was some connection to someone who had invested in this that felt like, if we can pull this off, it'll make me successful again. Okay. The High Priestess. This is about secrets and silence and intuition and women's issues. Look at these Arcana cards. The High Priestess, the Star. Wow. There were secrets. Yes, they kept secrets about the corners that they cut. People were silent about it because there was a lot of hope they could pull this off. But it's almost like, I think because of the wife's connection to the Titanic, they were so willing to be so cold about it. It's like, no, we're going down there because she has such a connection that nothing's going to happen to us because her great-grandparents are protecting us. There was a feeling of protection. Hope, healing, and faith. I will protect you. Don't worry. Oh my God. King of Wands in reverse. So this is about the King of Wands. Of course, upright is about investigations and doing a lot of research, and in reverse, being sloppy with the research. He's an outcast because he was very sloppy in his research. He didn't listen to his own findings that he had. Now I'll spin it to how I want. No, it's not what it means. So ignoring his own research. And the Five of Cups in reverse. Trying to get over the past. Trying to get over the past of this young woman who was not successful. Trying to get over the past. I think they felt like this project was going to save them, save the company, make them very wealthy, very successful. He felt like an outcast, and that he felt like people ignored his research and he ignored his own research. He just felt like he had something to prove, and he really believed in it. But he knew that there were secrets there. There were secrets there, and he had hoped that it's okay, I'm doing it a different way. He just really believed in it. It's almost a psychotic belief that I'm not going to believe what I'm reading, what I'm researching, what science tells me. I'm going to do what I feel is right because of this. It's the connection that his wife had to the Titanic. Her great-great-grandparents are there. They'll protect us. They'll protect us. They're not going to let anything happen to us. Oh, God. Okay. All right. Well, that's interesting. All right. Let's see. Next question. We're going to do one more question and we'll wrap this part up. Let's see. Is King Charles related to Dracula? That's from Star Around 7. And I know he's connected through Queen Mary, but let's see. Let's change the question a little bit. I'll get a different deck. What is the influence of Count Dracula on King Charles, if any? What influence is there? Let me find a different deck. And again, there's only one deck that I could use for this, the Monsters Tarot deck. Usually I use this around Halloween. So, my goodness, the Monsters Tarot deck is going to tell us. Okay, so for this one, it has different representations. So let me get that out again, because I got to remember what it is. Hang on one second. Let me see here. All right, so the representations here are candles, crypts, claws, and castles. Candles are wands, crypts are cups, claws are swords, and castles are pentacles. Okay, so let's take a look here. What influence does Count Dracula have on King Charles? I believe he has a place in Transylvania? What influence? And I haven't used these cards in a while, so they may take a minute to warm up. What influence? Okay, it's the Five of Pentacles in reverse. That's being an outcast, trying to get back in. Oh, trying to kind of save a reputation, maybe? Kind of like, being outcast. So what influence does Count Dracula have over King Charles? He's related to him, apparently, through Queen Mary. So, what influence? Here, let me do a little, since I haven't used this deck in a while. The Emperor. Well, there's the king. There's the king. All right. He feels such a connection to him. All right. So what influence? This is the King of Claws, which is the King of Swords. King of Swords. Ooh. That can be medical doctors. It's like the military, politicians. Count Dracula used a lot of psychological warfare. He was known as Vlad the Impaler because his enemies, he would impale them and line the road leading up to his castle with the victims to strike terror into the hearts of his enemies. It's like, this is what will happen to you if you are my enemy. And this is the Nine of Crypts, which is the Nine of Swords. It's a nightmare. Oh, no, I'm sorry. This is the Four of Crypts. Ooh, Four of Swords. Oh. Wow. Yeah, Four Swords. You will be ill. I will attack you. I will affect your health. Your health would not be good if you mess with me. So what's the influence of Count Dracula on King Charles? All right, we're going to go with this one. Interesting. Oh, we're going to do 7-card reading. All right, 7-card reading. What influence does Count Dracula have on King Charles, if any? Let's see what we come up with here. Page of Claws, which is the Page of Swords. So this is putting out, he likes the stories. He likes the story. So this is information that's in words that are written. He finds the information so interesting about Count Dracula. And here's the Four of Swords. He liked the idea that he struck terror into the hearts of his enemies. Six of Candles, victory. He was very victorious over his enemies, and he loves reading the stories about that. How interesting. Because King Charles doesn't seem like that type of person, although we've heard stories in the background that if you get on his bad side, I mean, he's vicious. I've heard those stories from reporters. All right. First card is, all right, so we have the Four of Candles, which is the Four of Wands, I believe. Four of Wands. Four of Wands in reverse. So this is about Can be funerals. It can be the firm as well, the people who run the palace. But I think the Four of Wands is really more about unhappy home, disruption of the home. I know that Count Dracula had a very sad home life, a sad story in his background, which is why he became so vicious. He identifies with where he came from. King Charles identifies with Count Dracula in where he came from. Maybe that's why he likes going to Transylvania. He likes the area where he grew up. Next card is the Hanged Man in reverse. He feels like, so the Hanged Man upright is about being stuck. You don't know how you got there. You're twisting there. You don't know, how in the world did I get in this situation? How do I get out of it? And in reverse, it's kind of having an epiphany, trying to find your way out of bad situations. I think he thinks to himself, nothing kept him down. He always found a way out of bad situations. And maybe he looks at the way that he got out of bad situations and applies it to himself. That's an interesting card. He feels like he's able to get unstuck when he researches his life. Count Dracula. The Two of Crips, which is the Two of Swords. Hard decision. Two of Swords. Oh, wait. Crips. No, this is Cups. Crips. So, Two of Cups? A romantic partnership? He feels like his story is very romantic. It's very, what in the frickin' world? He likes reading the stories. He thinks there's some kind of, oh goodness. He feels almost a partnership with him. There's some kind of connection there. I'll have to research. He is related to Queen Mary. There's some kind of connection here to there's a love story there that he really feels connected to. Queen of Crips, the Queen of Cups? Camilla likes him too. Oh my gosh, he and Camilla both really like this story. They like the area. They like the story of Count Dracula. Oh my gosh. Wow. King of Crips. There's the King of Cups. Well, that's King Charles. Look at that. You know how rare that is to get those two together? They both love the stories. He feels like whenever I read about Count Dracula, I just feel so free in some way. I feel like I can find new ways of getting out of my troubled thoughts when I am there in that area or when I read about him. And he and Camilla both love it. Oh my goodness. The Empress in reverse. His mom really liked it too. This is Queen Elizabeth. She had a connection as well. I think that this interest in Count Dracula started with his mother. Of course, through Queen Mary. You know, Queen Elizabeth had a very strong relationship with Queen Mary. Queen Mary gave her a lot of good advice. She helped her when she had questions about the things that, how she would handle the monarchy, her responsibility to the monarchy. His mother. And the Nine of Castles, which is the Nine of Pentacles. So there was a young woman associated with this story that really is very interested in it too. There's a story of a young woman, or there's a young woman, which would be, castles would be the pentacles. Not a pentacle. So there's maybe a young earth woman who's very interested in this as well. And she might, related to Camilla. Maybe one of Camilla's daughters is really interested in the stories as well. This is something that started with his mother. Because his mother's relationship to Queen Mary. How interesting. They just love the stories. You know what? This is the Crips. This is the Four of Cups. Apathy. Six of Candles. There was a victory. So he wasn't... okay, so he's not so interested in the victory that was behind it. This is confusing. Okay, Four of Cups. Apathy. Six of Candles. Victory. Page of Claws, which is a Page of Swords. He likes the stories, although he's not so much interested in the bad stories about it. He just likes the stories about Count Dracula. He finds it romantic. He finds it interesting. He finds it almost like he took care of his enemies, and he finds some kind of solace in that. How interesting. But it started with his mother, and he and Camilla both like it. Well, that's very interesting. Okay, I think we're going to end it here. And I will have the next part out either tomorrow or the next day. Hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please like and share. And if you're a subscriber, thank you so much. I really appreciate my subscribers. Hope you guys are enjoying the readings. And if you're not a subscriber, well, please do subscribe. And don't forget to click the notification bell so you won't miss another reading. Thanks so much, everyone. We'll see you again soon on Royal Tarot Readings. Bye-bye, everybody.